And welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Last time we continued through we started the dungeon within Highfort. This time, we're going to continue on our way. Things have gotten a bit easier since Sten has rejoined the rest of the party, and here we get a moon mask. Alright, let's give that to Sten there. Yeah, that's a pretty nice boost to his defense. But this teleporter does not take us where we need to go. Let's get over to those stairs. Encountered another sea sludge there. I'm getting pretty lucky with those, and it's paying off pretty good dividends as far as my experience growth is going. I'm honestly a little over-leveled at this point. And I just encountered and defeated another one. Man, just look at these levels. This is great. The unfortunate thing is that when I swap in my other characters, they're actually going to be a fair deal behind because of all this, and I just went the completely wrong direction. Yeah, this part's going to have a lot of editing involved, I can already tell. Ah, jeez. Smokes are nice, but they last so shortly. I had thrown one on before the video started, but they just wear out really quickly. Jeez, I went completely the wrong way. I had a feeling I was not paying attention. I do feel bad for talking a lot of smack about Sten in the last video. Part of his issues right now are partially my fault. The strongest dagger you could have for him at this point is significantly more powerful than the silver dagger. While the silver dagger is still good against undead and spirit enemies, you really need that stronger dagger if you want him to have any good damage output. Another sea sludge. Jeez, Jeff just gained a level up, and he levels so slowly. Like, this level 25 is absolutely ridiculous for this part of the game. But yeah, if I had Sten equipped with a good dagger and he was in his shamanized form, he'd actually probably be even stronger than Jeff. Although he wouldn't be quite as strong in terms of defense or, well, he'd be faster, but not as fast as Cat. I would still prefer Cat just for the raw agility she has over him. Now, we've got 3 warp panels here. The 2 to my left and right, they just take you to various places we've already been. One of them actually takes you right back to Highfort itself. We want to take the middle one. Hey, it's Trubo. Something about the door, huh? Sten, was that really necessary? I mean, I get what he was trying to do, but that seems a little extreme. Alright, looks like we've got a door to fight. Jeff already needs more AP. How many wisdom fruits do I have? It wouldn't be wise to use the dragon form here, because then I wouldn't be able to top him off. I would, but it would take all 3. Alright, and here we've got the door, which I honestly can't tell you what this thing does. I think the last time I played this game, I just hit it with a dragon form and immediately killed it. But it doesn't do anything too special as far as I can remember. And all my party members here are decently strong, even Jean, surprisingly. Although still not quite on the level as I should equip Jean's stronger sword, now that I think about it. Let's see, the stock rapier. That's always a word that I've never been quite sure how to pronounce. If anybody could post the proper pronunciation or felt inclined to, feel free to. If I can be bothered to remember to look it up, I will. He hits decently hard. Oh, yeah, this is another thing that Sten is slower than. Ooh, wow. Just a non-stop bunch of critical hits of Jean defend there, just for his own health. This is really frustrating, though, that Sten he's fast, but he's not faster than any of the things you want him to be faster than. That's really why I think I used to think Cat was just an average character, but her speed, the more I play the game, it just becomes more obvious how useful it is to have a really fast character like that. Since healing items are just so good and so cheap, and there's stuff like the medicates that I wasn't even aware of, that just puts a whole new perspective on Cat's usefulness, as she can buff up the rest of the party as well as herself. As soon as you get access to the township resident who can sell you the medicates, I think his name is Hans. I was looking up some guides just to make sure all my information was correct, or I was naming everything properly. That's what happens when you don't play a game in a very long time. No matter how much you like it, you're bound to forget some stuff. At the very least, though, the combat in this game is definitely like riding a bicycle. You just never forget how this goes. Especially when the only thing you can really do is just launch physical attacks if you're trying to conserve your AP. But with enough effort, this thing will go down. It probably would have taken significantly less turns if I had just bitten the bullet and used the dragon form. Almost there. Oh, I had no idea he could do this. Honestly, that's probably the least useful thing he could do to help his cause. That is way weaker than his physical attack. If that's even what the game classifies it as. Okay, there we go. Thanks for sparing me the rambling game. Yeah, it looks like Trubo's back up. So I did feel kind of dumb after I finished the last video and I realized I got to that healing fountain and I wasted those wisdom fruits, basically. What kind of weapon will it be? I did actually do a little bit of research, and it is actually revealed what this weapon is, I just couldn't remember. And we'll top that off. He shouldn't level up before we get to the next boss fight. Well, this looks like the control thing, but can't do anything with it. Yeesh, that freeze spell is so nasty, especially at this point in the game. Now, Spar does eventually learn Cure 2, but well after the rest of the characters that could potentially learn the spell do learn it. What am I doing? I was going to use a smoke. Yeah, I don't think I've ever found a reason to use that Divide BL. Usually when you pick a fusion from the list, if the corresponding shamans are already in use by another character, it just automatically undoes the fusion for you. The item is a bit weird, although I do understand why it exists. Some transformations, I believe I mentioned this, but some transformations, they do not have the same field ability as the base character. Better head over that way. Never give up an opportunity to get some treasure, because there is some pretty good stuff in a lot of the treasure chests in this game. Oh hey, new enemy, Soul Flick. Not really too much I can do about these guys. Spirit types, so better equip the Soul Sword. I can probably just keep that equipped for random encounters, since it's only marginally weaker than the other rapier we have for him. Spar actually just learned the Sap spell, although it's not a terribly useful spell. At least I've never found a particularly good use for it. Well, once again, because Jean is so slow, Jab is useless. Honestly, I don't think Jab's that terrible of an ability, but it doesn't do itself any favors with how slow Jean is. If there was one character I'd say who benefited more than any other from the stat boosting items like the Dinker, it would definitely be Jean. Let's see, we got a collar. I think that's a piece of armor. Let's see what we got here. It has strange powers. I know... As I was saying, I know there are certain accessories in this game that affect the encounter rate. I think the collar is the one that increases it. Though, by that reasoning, there's also an accessory that you can equip that decreases the encounter rate. And you would be right in thinking that, although it's much later in the game. Though, for the purpose of Let's Playing, as soon as that thing becomes available, I'm going to be equipping that. Hey, that throne looks a little familiar. She's not necessarily human. I guess she's just speaking generally. Elferon, huh? What a dignified name. Alright, Shupkay, let's get this over with. Let me guess, you're gonna turn into a monster? Yeah, good luck with this. And here is Shupkay. Shupkay can hit hard, but doesn't have a lot of HP, so the dragon form should probably take care of most of this fight. Also, Hush is, it's the silence spell in this game, basically. One kind of funny thing about that status effect in this game, is that the game has already decided whether or not a spell is going to be cast as soon as the command for it is inputted. So if I remember right, if you get silenced, it'll still let you cast the spell if you had one queued up, and it just won't let you cast spells until after your next turn. Which is pretty funny, honestly. One thing that I never really thought about with Spar's really high HP is that it makes him something of a magic tank, since magic just does damage within a range. Incidentally, this also makes magic much more dangerous to your party than it does to the enemy towards the end of the game. That's one big weakness that our magic-type characters have later on, is that a lot of enemies, they just have outright immunity to magical attacks. Which is about as good for them as, well, it's about as fun for your party members as you can imagine. I was wondering this, Shupkay must be classified as an undead enemy, because Jean is doing quite a bit of damage there, and I still have him equipped with the Soul Sword, so... Alright, easy peasy. Spar moved to level 22, and got Drain. This is another spell that I don't really use. The Flying Castle, huh? Ah, so that's what it is. I mean, do you actually have any weaponry to utilize along with the flight power of the castle? Well, you don't have to be good with technical stuff just to stop it. Ah, he's getting it. Well, this should probably mess it up. Just dunk some water on it, or dump some water on it. Ooh, things are about to get explodey. Poor Shupkay. And things you will never be able to do in the game proper is make jumps like that. Still, perhaps we should have just let the castle fly. This seems to not be going very well for Highfort. Still, that throne looked awfully familiar. Oh, hey. Now, this is something that I didn't show off, but the elevators are operated by someone turning a crank. Looks like Sten's going to stay behind to operate it for us. But if he stays behind to crank the elevator, he won't be able to get out. So, did Sten not make it? Yeah, I'm sure Sten will make it out just fine. He's been through worse. He had to put up with Cat. And we got what we came here for. Now, ideally, we would just take this flute and go get the therapy pillow so we could go into the Great Tree's mind, but unfortunately, this is just the first leg in a somewhat tedious quest. What would a Breath of Fire game be without a chain of deals that you have to make? Seems that the people of Highland are believers of the Dragon God. I guess that would explain why the statues were around here. And they're not just artifacts. Well, at least Sten is popular with some ladies. Particularly those in his home country. But that's all that's left to do in Highfort, and we don't ever have to come back here again. Which I am all for, as that was not a particularly fun dungeon. But let's be on our way. Still, did Sten make it out okay? They were pretty confident that he did, but, I mean, how would he get out? Well, I guess we'll just have to hope he catches up with us. Well, looks like they called that one. Oh, don't put it like that, Sten. Looks like Sten has some guilt about not being able to bring his unit back. Ugh. I shouldn't talk over serious scenes like this. I tend to trip over my words like that. Was that really necessary, Trubo? Well, whatever. To say the least. But with Sten back leading the party, we can get out of here. And that's all we need to take care of in Highfort. When we come back, we will go to Tunlen and see if we can get that stupid pillow. I hope you enjoyed watching, and please, have a nice day. I hope to see you next time.